So why do some goals materialize while others stay trapped in your imagination? This is what I realized that changed my life and will change yours too. There's a gap between the life you fantasize about and the life that actually becomes real. And I call this the execution gap. And it's simply the distance between where you are and where you want to be. For 4 whole years, I tried to close this gap with more belief, with more manifestation techniques, with more journaling, with more inner work. I truly thought that if I could just believe hard enough, if my energy was just right, then I would finally get everything I wanted. But they didn't, because I was waiting in that gap, feeling like I was making progress when I actually wasn't. Here's why. Fantasizing felt like progress. It did. When you sit and visualize your dream life, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical you get when you actually achieve something. So you feel accomplished and motivated, yet nothing in your external life has changed. And because your brain has already gotten the reward, the dopamine, it stops pushing you to do the uncomfortable things that would actually get you to where you want to be. So after your meditation ends, after you close your journal, after the vision board goes back on the wall, you go right back into your old habits, scrolling, procrastinating, avoiding the hard, boring work that would actually move you forward. And trust me, I know this because I lived it. My mind would say, I want more money, a different body, a better lifestyle, whatever it was. Yet my actions were reflecting something completely different, and my reality did not reflect my beliefs, it reflected my actions. That's when it clicked for me. I didn't have a belief problem, I had an execution problem, and so do you. And this was the part that's hard for me to accept, and it might be hard for you to accept too. This gap will not close if you continue to live in your imagination. It will only close once your actions stop contradicting the life you say you want. Now, before we get any further, here's how I know this is true and how you can know that I'm not just making this stuff up. I've achieved two of the biggest goals in my life. I got into Brown, which is my dream school, and I had the opportunity to study abroad at Oxford for my entire junior year. And it was the most incredible experience I've ever had. But at the same time, there were other goals I had, such as wealth. I wanted a certain body, I wanted a certain lifestyle, yet those goals never materialized. Listen, this is the part that matters. All of these goals were on the same vision board, same manifestation techniques, same journal, same visualization methods. Nothing about the belief process has changed between any of these goals. Yet only two of them came true, while the others I'm still working on. I didn't just believe my way into these outcomes, I made them inevitable through my actions. Now let's look at a goal that I had, such as wealth. For 4 years, talking about I'm 21, so since I was 17, I affirmed abundance every single morning. I literally would record my own voice saying wealth affirmations and I would play them on loop almost every single day. I listened to wealth meditations and nothing changed. Literally nothing. Because my actions were reflecting something else. I wasn't tracking my spending. I wasn't investing. I wasn't learning financial literacy. I would literally spend all my money as soon as I got it, and I'd spend it on food and clothes. Mainly food. Even though I was filling my mind with beliefs such as I am wealthy, my actions were screaming, I'm broke. Same belief works, different execution, different outcomes. So now the real question is, how do we close the execution gap? You close it through aligned action. But not just that, you have to shift your focus from outputs to inputs. Let me explain what that means. An output is the result you want, the dream, the outcome, the thing that you've been putting on your vision board for 6 years. But here's the problem with obsessing over outputs. You can't control them. You can't wake up and snap your fingers and decide to become confident, and you can't will a business into existence overnight. Outputs are always the results of something else, and that something else is the input. Inputs are the actions you take, the behaviors you repeat, the things that you do in your real physical life consistently. Inputs are things like showing up to the gym 4 times a week every week, or tracking your spending, doing the work when it's boring and no one is cheering for you. Inputs are so powerful because you can control them. You can control what you do every single day. So you may not be able to control when the output shows up, but you can control whether you choose to show up today. And this is how the life you want becomes inevitable. See, when you focus on outputs, you're constantly asking yourself, am I there yet? And when you check and see in your reality that it's not there, you get discouraged and you give up right before you struck gold. But when you focus on inputs, the question shifts into, did I show up today? Yes or no. And when the input is consistent, the output is no longer a question. It simply becomes a matter of time. This is also where aligned action comes in. Aligned action is simply this: your daily actions stop contradicting the life you want. For instance, if I say I want wealth, but my actions show impulsive spending, no tracking, no learning, then my actions in that instance are louder than my affirmations. If you say that you want confidence, yet you avoid taking action that makes you feel uncomfortable, then you're simply teaching your brain that you feel unsafe being seen. If you say you want discipline, yet every time things get hard, you choose to scroll over putting in the work, then you're reinforcing the opposite identity. This doesn't mean that beliefs don't matter, because they do. Beliefs precede your actions, yet people don't tell you that your actions reinforce your beliefs. See, beliefs just plant the seed, but actions water it. There's a verse in the Bible that says, faith without works is dead, James 2:17. Your actions give your beliefs something to latch onto you. They're what tell your brain, okay, this is real, this is no longer fantasy. So, I now want to give you 4 steps that can help you make your dreams inevitable, starting with step 1, stop obsessing over the output and identify the input. So take a moment right now to identify what's the one thing that can move you 1% closer to your goals and write it down. Now for step 2, focus on showing up for that input. So your only goal is to ask yourself whether or not you did that thing today, yes or no. Step 3, track it and measure it. So every single week you should be tracking whether or not you've taken that aligned action consistently. And if you are, then you're making progress and you're building momentum, and that's you closing the gap. And step 4, the most important step, trust the process. Remember, consistent inputs make the output inevitable. You don't need to stress about whether or not it's working. Just show up every single day. And I promise you, at some point in time, you will get to where you've always wanted to be. Now, this is my challenge for you. Please, 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 don't just watch this video and feel motivated for 20 minutes and then go back to living your same life, doing the same things over and over again. Because I promise you, if you focus on the inputs and you focus on taking consistent aligned actions, the outputs will show up for themselves. Remember, your dream life is on the other side of execution, and it becomes inevitable the moment your actions stop contradicting it. And that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video has blessed you and inspired you. This was a lot of fun for me to record, so if you enjoyed it, please let me know by leaving a like and comment down below what's one action that you're committing to. I read every single comment, and as always, my name is Tomi, and I will see you guys in the next video.